Thanks, Bob. And I want to. Is this on?
You have to turn
Oh,
it.
you got to turn it on. Now that you told me you're done. Hello. Thank you. Let me thank LSU and the Chancellor and for everything they have done for both Bennett and I in putting together our papers here. There's been a lot of time collecting all of these items that are part of this collection that's going to be in the library. And I'm reminded of the fact that Earl Long used to say, never put anything in writing that you can convey by a wink or a nod. If Bennett and I had followed that, there'd be nothing to go into the library. It'd be totally an empty slate. But we collected everything, and Ray Cardover from my Lafayette days was telling me that he had 5 extra pictures he wanted to bring up to include in the library. I said, no, the time is closed. You cannot bring any more pictures because I'm afraid of what the pictures would show. So we're delighted to be here, and for all the people who are friends and family and associates who are here, thank you all very much in participating in this. To get to the point of what Bob asked, when I got to the House in 1972, the leaders were Tip O'Neill, who was a liberal FDR Democrat from Cambridge, Massachusetts. The Republican leader was Bob Michael, who was sort of Mr. Republican from Peoria, Illinois. Now, they didn't agree on anything. I mean, they had 2 totally different philosophies in life and in politics. They didn't agree on anything. But they probably spoke more in one day than a John Boehner and a Nancy Pelosi speak in a year, or more than a Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader of the Senate, speaks with Harry Reid in a year, because they don't speak. They send letters to each other. They do press releases against each other, but they don't really interact in the way that they did when I first got there and when Bennett first got there. These guys used to go have drinks in the afternoon, the evening, maybe early afternoon sometime. But they used to bet on football games against each other. They used to play cards with each other. And they used to always find a way to get things done. I'm not sure that the product that they produced was not substantially better than it is today, because they were able to work out their differences in a personal way that was so important. And I also agree with Bennett's comments about Russell. He still was a legend, and I had the pleasure of replacing him in the Senate, but he truly was irreplaceable. His style and ability to work with people, that is so important in a democracy, to be able, if you can't talk to the other side, how are you ever going to work in a democracy unless you're a dictatorship? And some people perhaps would like that, but obviously it's not our form of government.
So when did that change, and why did it change?
I got 3 things really quickly why I think it's changed. Number one, and Chris John would know this, when Lois and I got to Congress in 1972, members brought their families there. You all did that. We did that. The kids came, they went to school, and you were there not just Tuesday through Thursday. Today, the families stay back in the districts. And we never thought that worked very well, because when you come back to the district, you were working, going to see people and speaking and doing things, and the family was in Washington. So you got back there, you had the family time. They don't have that now, so people don't see each other nearly as much as they used to, so there's less time to interact socially, because they're there Tuesday through Thursday and then they're gone. Second reason is the advent of public relation firms that are like the coaches of a team. The public relation firms has a candidate that they represent, and it's like they're the coach, and their player has to win at all costs. There can never be a tie. I mean, my team, my guy has to win, and that means defeating the other person. So they intent not on getting the person to work out a legitimate compromise. They want their guy to win and the other person to lose. And so there's no, I mean, you keep hearing this from the PR people, you got to destroy your opponent. And that's really not, and that's fine. I mean, LSU, I mean, if the game is tied at the end of the evening, we're going to have a playoff till one team wins and one team loses. But in politics, a tie is not bad. In fact, it's a compromise, and that's, I think, good government. The third reason, and the final one, I'm taking too long, is the gerrymandering of congressional districts. What I mean by that is, what I mean is that members of Congress and the legislature are able to come in and design their congressional district so they don't have to worry about the other side. If I have a safe, gerrymandered congressional district that is all Democratic, I don't ever have to worry about talking to a Republican because I have all Democrats in my district. And vice versa. If I have all Republicans in my district, I don't have to talk to the Democrats. There's no need or nothing that forces me to have to compromise because I have a safe district. So I think, Miles, those three things combined have contributed to the atmosphere that we see in Washington.
Senator Johnston?